Before we start the story, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, because what you're about to hear will touch your heart in ways you won't forget. The elderly woman kept pleading with her son's fiancée, "My arms are tired." Her voice trembled, her frail hands shaking as she tried to lift the heavy tray once more. But the young woman sitting before her, perfectly dressed, her hair neat and perfume strong, only rolled her eyes. She didn't know that in just a few minutes, the door would open, and the truth she'd been hiding would come crashing down, along with the heart of the man she thought she had fooled. It all began 2 weeks before the engagement party. The elderly woman, Mrs. Rahima, lived alone in a small, old house at the edge of the city. Her son, Danish, had become a millionaire after years of hard work abroad. Everyone in their neighborhood spoke about how lucky she was, but Rahima didn't care about money. She only waited for her son to come home again, to sit beside her, to eat her homemade food, to smile like he used to when he was a boy. And finally, he came back, tall, confident, dressed in a tailored suit, with a beautiful woman by his side. Her name was Hania. She was perfect, at least on the surface. Her smile was practiced, her words soft but cold. She held Danish's hand like a trophy, and while she greeted Rahima with polite words, her eyes said something else entirely: "I don't belong in this old house." For the first few days, everything seemed fine. Danish was busy with his business meetings, while Rahima tried her best to make Hania feel at home, cooking her favorite dishes, giving her her own room, even offering her gold bangles she had saved from her youth. But Hania was never pleased. The food was too oily. The house was too old-fashioned. And whenever Danish wasn't around, she would sigh, roll her eyes, and tell Rahima not to act so emotional. One morning, Rahima woke up early to prepare breakfast. Her arms were weak, she had arthritis, and carrying the tray was painful. But she smiled through it. "It's okay," she whispered to herself, "it's for Danish and his future wife." She knocked on Hania's door gently. "Beta, breakfast is ready." But Hania didn't answer. She was on a video call, laughing with her friends. When Rahima walked in and set the tray down, her hand trembled, spilling a bit of tea. Hania's laughter stopped instantly. She snapped, "Can't you be careful? This dress costs more than your entire kitchen." Rahima froze. Her eyes glistened with hurt. "I'm sorry, Beta, my arms are tired." "Then don't carry it," Hania said coldly. "You should rest, or better, hire a maid. I'm not here to deal with this." The words pierced through Rahima's chest like knives. But she smiled faintly and left quietly. Later that evening, Danish came home. Hania greeted him sweetly, wrapping her arms around him. "Your mother's been acting strange," she whispered. "She doesn't respect boundaries. She even walked into my room without knocking." Rahima overheard from the kitchen. Her heart broke, but she stayed silent. She didn't want to cause problems. For the next few days, Rahima avoided them. She spent time outside in the small garden, feeding stray cats, praying quietly for her son's happiness. But her body grew weaker. Her hands hurt, her back ached, and one night she fainted while washing dishes. When she opened her eyes, Hania was standing there, annoyed. "You fell? Seriously? Do you need to make everything dramatic?" "My arms are tired," Rahima whispered again, almost pleading. "Can you please call Danish?" But Hania didn't move. She sighed, picked up her phone, and scrolled through her messages. "He's busy. He doesn't need to worry about this right now." And that's when it happened. The door burst open. Danish rushed in, his face pale, his breath short. "Ami," he shouted. He ran to her, kneeling by her side. "What happened?" Rahima's weak hand touched his cheek. "Nothing, Beta. Just a little tired." But Hania froze, speechless. She didn't know that one of the neighbors had called Danish after hearing a loud sound, Rahima's fall. Danish stood up and turned to his fiancée. "You were here the whole time?" Hania stuttered. I didn't think." "You didn't think to help her?" His voice thundered through the room. "She raised me with these tired arms. The least you could do was care." The silence that followed was heavy. Rahima looked between them, tears in her eyes. "Don't fight because of me," she whispered. But it was too late. Danish carried his mother to the hospital that night. The doctor said she'd fainted from exhaustion and stress. When she woke up, she found her son sitting beside her, holding her hand tightly. "I'm sorry, Ami," he whispered. "I should have seen it sooner. I thought love was about beauty and success, but I forgot the woman who gave me everything." Hania came to the hospital once, with flowers and a half-hearted apology. Rahima accepted it, but Danish didn't say a word. Within a week, he called off the engagement. Months passed. Danish moved his mother into a new, comfortable home, not because she asked, but because he wanted her to feel safe. Every morning, he made her tea. And when she smiled, he would joke, "Now it's my turn. You rest, my arms aren't tired yet." Rahima would laugh softly, her eyes full of love. "May Allah always keep your heart kind, Beta." And though her body remained weak, her soul was at peace, because her son had remembered what truly mattered. Love isn't about grand gestures or wealth. It's about the small moments, the hands that lift us when we fall, the voice that stays gentle even when life is hard, and the heart that never stops caring, no matter how tired the arms become. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, because sometimes, the most powerful stories are the ones that remind us to love the people who loved us first.